first World Cup final featured host Uruguay against Argentina at the Estadio Centenario Montevideo. Controversy overshadowed the match as to which team would provide the match ball. FIFA intervened with a compromise that Argentina would provide the ball for the first half, and their opponents Uruguay would provide the ball for the second half. Uruguay scored first in the 12th minute by Pablo Doradio. Argentina Guillermo Stabile will put Argentina 2-1 up just before halftime, but 3 unanswered goals from Uruguay in the second half will crush Argentina's dreams of winning the first. However, the second nation to win the trophy was not from South America. Italy will play host to the second tournament and also reach the final against Czechoslovakia in Rome. A narrow 2-1 win for Italy after extra time, beating Ferenc Puskás's Hungary in a 4-2 thriller at the Stadio Olimpico de Colombes. There was no FIFA World Cup for the next 12 years due to the Second World War. After the war, the tournament resumed in 1950, with Uruguay meeting host Brazil at the Estadio Maracanã. Recorded as the World Cup final with the highest record attendance, 173,850 people were in the stadium that day. Brazil took the lead shortly after a quiet first half thanks to a goal by Friaca. But midway through the second half, Juan Alberto Schiaffino equalized for Uruguay, sending chills down the spine of the Brazilian team. 11 minutes later, the comeback was complete, one of the biggest upsets in football history. Uruguay won their second World Cup. Hungary had a chance at redemption 4 years later. They featured in the FIFA World Cup final against West Germany in Bern, Switzerland. The match, known as the Miracle of Bern, had a lasting impact on both nations. Hungary dominated the game from the start, scoring 2 goals before the 10-minute mark. A minute later, the Germans struggled and pulled one back. It didn't take long before West Germany striker Helmut Rahn struck the equalizer to level the game 2-2 in a matter of minutes. Despite Hungarian pressure, Germany held on until the second half. Helmut Rahn, the boss, grabbed a late winner to steal the trophy from Hungarian grasp. Germany secured their first ever World Cup. 1958 saw the rise of a legend, Edson Arantes do Nascimento, the man we call Pele. Tournament host Sweden made it to the final against Brazil in a match where Pele completely dominated the game, scoring twice in a 5-2 demolition of the host nation. To this day, this is the highest ever scoreline in a World Cup final and the biggest ever win. This was Brazil's first ever FIFA World Cup trophy, but they didn't just stop here. Brazil would go on to. Pele was unavailable for the match. He tore a thigh muscle earlier in the tournament and was out injured for the rest of it. However, this did not trouble the South American giants. After going 1-0 down early on in the game, they now had 2 FIFA World Cup trophies to their name. 6. When host England welcomed West Germany to the old Wembley Stadium. It was a mouth-watering affair from the beginning when Gordon Banks failed to deal with a shot from German Helmut Haller. The shot went in, giving West Germany the early lead. Not long after, England scored from a set piece delivered by Bobby Moore to a towering header by Jeff Hurst to level the game 1-1. Hurst also got involved in 2-1 England. Scoring the goal sent the game to extra time. Then came the controversial moment. A bar bounced on the ground and was cleared off the line. The referee was uncertain whether the ball had actually crossed the line or not. He asked his linesman, who indicated that the ball actually crossed the line, so the referee awarded the goal, 3-2 to England. To date, this is one of the biggest debates in football history. The drama did not end there. After going 3-2 down, West Germany pushed defenders forward in search of an equalizer. With West Germany short of numbers at the back, Bobby's first and it's their only FIFA World Cup trophy. FIFA World Cup final 4 years later. This time, they played Italy at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico. In his final FIFA World Cup, Pele would lead in a dominant performance. The King, as popularly known, would go on to retire from international football 1 year later. West Germany hosted the tournament for the first time in 1974 and appeared in the final for the 3rd time. Their opponents were the kings of total football, the Netherlands, a golden generation of Dutch footballers led by Johan Cruyff. It didn't take long before the Dutch maestro introduced himself into the game. Johan Neeskens took the penalty and gave the Netherlands an early lead, and Muller saved his best for last, scoring their second goal just before half-time. No one knew this at the time, but this would be his last goal for Germany, as Gerd Muller went on to retire after the tournament. Led by their captain Franz, But the team in orange would not give up. In 1978, the Netherlands made it to the World Cup final again. This time they met Argentina, a team that featured in the first ever FIFA World Cup final. However, Netherlands would have the final say in normal time. With 8 minutes left on the clock, Dick Nanninga lashed onto a cross from Van de Kerkhoff to snatch a late equalizer for the Dutch. With the game forced to extra time, Argentina crushed Dutch hopes with goals from Kempes and Bertoni to secure their first ever FIFA World Cup trophy. Spain would host the tournament for the first time in 1982, where Italy and West Germany would face off at Real Madrid's famous ground, Santiago Bernabeu. However, this is Germany's first of two back-to-back defeats in FIFA World Cup finals. A 3-1 win from Italy secured Italy's third FIFA World Cup trophy in history, while in 1986, the emergence of another footballing legend saw West Germany lose another final to an Argentina side led by the great Diego Armando Maradona. After shocking the world against England in the semi-final, Diego was dubbed as one of the greatest ever achievements at the time, secured their third FIFA World Cup trophy. After 60 years of tournament football, the FIFA World Cup will travel to California in the USA. In what deemed like a dull and quiet tournament, the final was no different. Brazil and Italy played a goalless draw after normal time, forcing the game to go to a penalty shootout. And during the penalty shootout, we see one of the most iconic moments in footballing history. The man who died standing, Roberto Baggio. Baggio's missed penalty secured Brazil's fourth FIFA World Cup trophy, the most wins by any nation. Brazil will get another chance to win their fifth FIFA World Cup trophy 4 years later in the 1998 tournament. They will meet host nation France in the final, played at the Stade de France. But this game will witness the dominance of another footballing legend, Zinedine Zidane, champions Brazil to secure a first ever FIFA World Cup triumph for France. Brazil, however, will not stop trying, as they feature in yet another final in 2002. Their opponents, Germany. The tournament was held in Korea, Japan, secured Brazil's fifth FIFA World Cup trophy. Three-time winners Italy will return to the final in 2006 to face France. France, led by now veteran Zinedine Zidane, who was playing his last professional match of his career. This match holds one of the most iconic moments in footballing history. This is because of an incident involving Zidane and Italian defender Marco Materazzi. France got a penalty early on in the game, and Zidane stepped up and put his nation ahead via an iconic penalty kick against one of the best goalkeepers in the world at the time, Gianluigi Buffon. Italy, however, responded immediately, grabbing an equalizer in the 19th minute to level the game 1-1. The game will finish 1-1 in normal time. However, in extra time, something strange happened. We see Zinedine Zidane striding towards Italian defender Marco Materazzi as if to give him a handshake, and then the reason for Zidane's action is beyond the scope of this video. However, the referee considered it violent conduct and showed Zidane a red card in his final professional match. France would go on to lose the final on penalties after David Trezeguet failed to convert his penalty. Fabio Grosso made no mistake from the penalty spot, securing Italy's fourth FIFA World Cup trophy. Extra time would play a huge factor 4 years later in South Africa when Spain met the Netherlands in the FIFA World Cup final. It was a tournament that boasts of defensive and goalless draw in normal time, where we see the supreme heroics of Real Madrid legend Iker Casillas. 4 minutes from the end, Spain saw an opening through Fernando Torres, whose pass was deflected into the center. Cesc Fabregas recovered the ball and played through Andres Iniesta. In 2014, Brazil will host the World Cup for the second time in history. However, a 7-1 humbling in the semi-finals would see them miss the final in their home nation. Germany will go on to face another South American nation, two-time World Cup winners Argentina, in the final. Like the 2010 final, this was a tough game, finishing goalless in normal time. A late goal from Mario Götze in the second half would destroy Argentina's dream of a third FIFA World Cup trophy and Lionel Messi's hope of winning the trophy for the first time. 4 years later, France would have another shot at redemption on football's greatest ever stage. This time, they faced Croatia at Luzhniki Stadium in Russia. This FIFA World Cup final saw the emergence of a new footballing great, eager to write his name on the list of legends associated with the tournament, Kylian Mbappe. A bizarre own goal from Mario Mandzukic gave France an early lead, but not long after, Ivan Perisic equalized for Croatia. Goals from Antoine Griezmann and Paul Pogba put France 3-1 up after an hour in the game. 5 minutes later, Kylian Mbappe got his moment. The 19-year-old was the youngest Frenchman to score in the competition. Mario Mandzukic did get a goal back for Croatia 4 minutes later, but it wasn't enough to spark a comeback. France held on to win the game 4-2, securing another FIFA World Cup trophy. France will feature in the most recent FIFA World Cup final in 2022. Their opponents, Argentina, led by a now veteran Lionel Messi seeking his first FIFA World Cup trophy. This is also the first tournament that was held in the Middle East. The Lusail Stadium in Qatar played host to an epic final dubbed as the greatest ever football match in history. The iconic game saw Argentina take an early 2-0 lead. Angel Di Maria was involved in both goals, being fouled in the box by Ousmane Dembele to win the penalty for Argentina. For the first goal, Lionel Messi stepped up, made no mistake from the spot. Di Maria scored 14 minutes later, driving a shot past France goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. Trailing 2-0 in the first half, France made 2 substitutions. However, Argentina dominated the second half, shutting down France, but their dominance only lasted until the 80th minute. French striker Randal Kolo Muani was brought down in the box by Argentina defender Nicolas Otamendi, and Mbappe, in his second FIFA World Cup final, stepped up and scored from the spot. 97 seconds later, France launched a counter-attack through Kingsley Coman. The move was finished off by who else? Kylian Mbappe to level the game 2-2.